and you're getting a lot of tastes of, hey, Rocksteady's back. This game is in the Rocksteady Arkham universe, and also you're playing these characters and it's very cinematic focused. You are not getting a sense of what the actual game is, and so when people actually get that the full sense of what the game is, I think that backfires a little bit when it's something that they don't expect.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
hard because I love, like, even what we've seen so far. Like, I love the storytelling angle. I love seeing these characters. I like seeing Rocksteady's spin on them. It says a lot, even when it's the Suicide Squad, who a lot of people would argue right now are like overexposed. It's like, all right, you guys have had how many movies, and like what else are we doing with these guys? But the fact that Rocksteady's doing it, and I still want to see it, I'm not tired of it, just because I like their spin on things. So I'm just kind of like, I'm just defensive, where I'm like, I don't want this stuff to get in the way of a good story. Like, I want to just play through a good thing. I don't want to hear Kevin Conroy's voice for the last time be like, Oracle, I need to grind 3 rare metals in order to unlock this next chess piece. Like, it's just not what I'm about.
I think as well, one thing that I definitely have realized over the last 18 months is that, you know, the live service market is pretty, I mean, I can't say sensitive, right? But it's pretty sensitive. What I mean is that there's a couple of key players, and you pick your poison, right? And I personally made a decision about, because I've always played Destiny, for example, and like ever since Alpha, like D1. But I also played other games. Like, I also played like some Apex, and I played World of Warcraft, I played Final Fantasy 14. I tried to keep up with a number of different live service games. But I eventually reached a point in my life where, okay, because I don't have enough experience. I made that choice for Destiny. I'm like, that's the one that I'm playing most of the time. Almost exclusively. And that's been really liberating in some aspects, because it's allowed me to sort of like go deeper into Destiny and do some things that I might not otherwise have done, because I'm trying to spread myself thin across other, you know, live service games. But at the same time, it means that I have not experienced those other things. I haven't played the races on Mission. I'd love to do that. My point with all this is that a lot of people are similar to that at this point in the live service landscape. They've decided they're an Apex main, or they play Fortnite, or they play WoW, or whatever, and that's it. And when another like game comes along, trying to like sort of shoulder barge into that, it's a really, really tough thing to experiences and ask for something wholly new. It has to be a really great offering to like do that. Will Suicide Squad be that good? I don't know, but it's like a really, really good.
Yeah, Lucy mentioned earlier that the space has changed a lot when it comes to even just games as a service, based on a lot of games shutting down recently, right? And like people aren't stuck at home as much, right? Like I think things are kind of settling as we've gotten further and further into the pandemic. I look at Multiverse, where Multiverse came out in August-ish, and had a pretty sizable player base, right? People are really digging Multiverses. I saw a bit of mainstream appeal to it, but I feel like I can measure how popular their game has gotten based on, am I seeing it on TikTok or not? And I was in Multiverses TikTok. I was seeing a lot of people make like TikToks about Multiverses and the different characters and playing as LeBron James and all that stuff. I don't know the last time I've heard somebody organically bring up Multiverses. And in fact, there was a few weeks ago where I saw an article about how the player bases dropped dramatically for that game.
Yeah, 99% down.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're dealing with when it comes to live service. And I think it's to your point, Ralph, a lot of people have chosen the games that they're into. And I wonder how that's going to shape going forward in terms of companies choosing whether or not a thing needs to live on. Like, one of the things I did like about Outriders, to bring it back to Outriders, is the fact that when they were asked pre-release, like, hey, so like, what live service stuff do you have in here, right? Is this like a game service type of game? They're like, no, this is just a one and done. Like, you beat the game and the game's done. And then later on, they released DLC because I think they saw enough players there to do that. And I'm sure that was already so, like, you know, they did that, and then I don't think they've done much since. So they're not treating that game as an ongoing game. They're treating that game as a game that comes out and then gets DLC. For Suicide Squad, them talking about adding in characters, seeing the battle pass, all that stuff. Is that a game that people are going to want to play month to month? Like, am I going to be returning to that game 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line for whatever content update they have that's on their calendar? I don't think so. Like, that's I can see myself playing through it and be like, oh, it's fine, it's fun, it's whatever. And then maybe if you do one the road, I can see myself returning to it, but it's not a game that I'm going to play every week. It's not a game I don't think I'm going to want to play every month. You know, I think that's the big hill to climb.
It's like genres. It's like that formula just works better with some genres, I think. At least that's my preference, where like I see Suicide Squad gameplay and it looks kind of fun, and like you're whipping around and like you said, like, okay, you and 3 other friends like flying around. Seems cool, but I just don't know that, like, from the way the mechanics work, the way the combat works, is there enough in that you keep playing for that long? Just feel better. A really well-crafted first-person shooter, and MMORPG. Just other things that entice you to keep playing. Where, for me, the only other genre I think will make sense to apply this formula to is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Just do that, and I'll do it. I'll pay like a monthly subscription.
Those are not the words I was saying.
I know.
I thought you were gonna say Battle Royale. You went Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Like, oh yeah,
100 skaters, 900.
Combine like Genshin Impact with Tony Hawk, make billions.
Oh my goodness.
Like
Oh, roll for
skaters?
skaters.
And shit.
I would buy so many skaters.
It was weird that they got Septon Hill to do that.
I don't know who said that. Oh, he's the co-founder. Yeah, the other game director Suicide Squad was also
She's got fire.
And that's another thing that I worry about. Like, you know, Destiny is what it is, and that is a studio of 1,000 strong, and all they do is make that fucking game. And that's it. They are working on it. It doesn't matter. That's it. No, but like, it took Bungie so long to get to the point where they could actually do this at a proper pace. Live service stage. Lots of drain of resources, time, money, and also attention away from other things that they could be developing. And you know, and I wonder if they have the bandwidth to be able to make a different game after this gets up. Do they need to focus on stand up the live service elements before they can start thinking about making that Superman game we all wanted to make? You know what I mean? I don't know. So, is it realistic?
And I'm open for it. Like, I'm open to it. So.
Yes. Please go to Roblox City.
These guys. Well,
That would be sick.
let's move on over to something positive. And we'll go to a user question, a viewer question. We call them users.
User
I'm in the
submit
grid.
question.
Podcast users.
I'm in the grid, okay? So you can send us questions for this podcast. You write in at the very special email that only Ralph will ever remember.
That's right. Contact at friendspersecond.com. There's actually been quite a few posts in the last little while.
Yeah, we have a lot to choose through. It's been hard. So we're starting off. We're gonna lighten it up after that heavy part. This is from who asks, I had to transition to a job unrelated to video games.
Three options. One, pet sitter. I'm on pet sitter TikTok right now. It looks pretty sweet. Just going into people's houses, looking after their pets. Easy. 2, professional pimple popper.
Girls and
Yeah, my sister's reading that.
females and this.
I just think it's satisfying. 3, I would love to be one of those professional organizations specifically for rich white women in LA or New York, where they pay you a ton of money and you just get to go in and you buy little bins for everything. And
Are you talking about like being Marie Kondo for like rich people in SoCal? Okay.
No, I mean genuinely, like I don't like if money was like no object and I could just be like my mother who's retired and just randomly picks up hobbies and stuff, and like she started volunteering at the cat and dog shelter, she started being a receptionist and an estate agent, and I was like, what? And she went, oh yeah, I've done that for like the last 5 months. Just didn't tell me. Just like random little jobs, but she does it just because she's helping people out. I would love to just do stuff like that. Just no real, or just like a leaf on the wind of the world, going from random job to random job.
Yep.
But also pimple pop and being a dermatologist would be sick.
I love that.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Blessing.
Oh, this is a tough one. I almost said game development. I was like, no, that's video games. Oh man. You know what? I would like to be a content creator on the music side. I think that'd be pretty fun. Before I joined Kinda Funny, I made some video essays about music and like hip hop artists. I like a whole video essay about that's probably cool now that I think about it. But you know, like I enjoyed making music and hip hop video essays just as much as I enjoyed making video game video essays when I did back in the day. And so, yeah, I think being a music content creator would be fun. Otherwise, I would also like to work. I'd like to make and develop a tabletop game. I think that'd be pretty fun. And like, that's kind of a goal. That's actually one of my goals for the years. I want to start on it. I've not actually said this on content. I've only told my close friends this. I want to actually start work on a tabletop game. I want to try my hand at making one because I really enjoy. I enjoy playing like the casual card games a lot with friends. I enjoy Exploding Kittens so much. The card game. I had to clarify that.
Not gonna be a pet sitter.
No. Deduction games. One Night Werewolf. So I'd like to make a game. I wouldn't want to make anything too hardcore or crazy, but stuff that you can play with like any cool friends. That can have like fun art on it. I think
Way better than mine. Kind of tomorrow. I would like to use my video editing skills. Nice. It seems like a nice job. I also. Why are you happy?
I'll ask you like, how long until it's delivered? You're like, about 6 months. You know, that's it. But ordered the wedding video. Trust me. Get a wedding video. You will find out the video editor or photographer will be like, yeah, I can get that to you in about 6 months. It's like, why? I know how to edit a video. It doesn't take 6 months, man. I can turn around in 6 hours. Just fucking do it.
Come on. Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I feel like that the part of my job I like doing the most sometimes is just a big timeline in front of me on an editing program. And also, if there was a job specifically to fix other people's shit, I love Frankensteining and fixing and video editing, like the magic you can do to like fix things that are like just falling apart, like a bad video or like a messed up edit or like
Wait, so you'd
poorly
be
shot video.
You'd be like one of those guys I get on my Instagram stuff where it's like, you need me like to doctor like your